proper desk setup can be intimidating, especially if you start to Google a proper desk setup and all you find are dimensions on how far away the screen and the keyboard need to be. But we have some good news for you. It's actually pretty simple, and ultimately it's your desk. So if you're off by a couple of inches here and there, but your body likes it better that way, it's okay. We also know that change is hard. We all get sensitive about how our stuff is arranged, but don't jeopardize your body because you have always done it that way. Here are the basic rules. Ideally, you want a desk that can be used in both a seated or standing position. Neither of these positions are ideal to do for too long, so the important thing is that you're able to move throughout the day. Whether you're sitting or standing, you want to be able to hold yourself up in a posture so that your spine stacks directly over your pelvis. A fancy chair will not automatically do this for you, so be mindful of this. If you're standing, start by making sure you're standing equally on both feet. We often like to stand on one foot or the other, but it's hard to stack your spine directly over itself in that position. Pretend your pelvis is a bowl of soup. You can spill the soup out in front, which makes a big curve in your back, or you can spill it out the back, which makes your back flat. Ultimately, just like any bowl of soup, you want to keep it in the bowl. So find your neutral, gently engage your abdominals, keep your knees soft, and stand tall over your pelvis. Here is your neutral spine. Our bodies like to move, so if you find yourself generally out of your neutral spine, that is totally normal. Just reset and carry on. When sitting, you want to make sure you're sitting on your sit bones. Everything else will align once you get this step correct. In your chair, start by pointing your butt back into the crease of the chair and then sit up straight. You should be sitting squarely on your pelvis and avoid rounding the pelvis that allows the spine to stack. Posture doesn't have to be difficult. Sometimes we just overcomplicate things. The spine naturally lines itself up when we start with the pelvis. Now that you have set your ideal posture, you can begin to position your computer screen, keyboard, and mouse. Here are the rules. Posture first. This should never be neglected. Arms should be relaxed at the sides of the body, not out in front of your body. The elbows should be bent approximately 90 degrees or more, but never less. Wrists should be in neutral while using the keyboard or mouse. The top of the computer screen should be about 2 to 3 inches higher than your head and about an arm's length away directly in front of you, not off to the side. If your monitor doesn't have the superpower abilities to adjust, I'm sure you have some old books laying around that haven't been used in a while. They make a great screen prop. If you use 2 screens at once, position them so that they make a V. You can't fix the stress of a desk job with a few stretches here or there, but you can make yourself a heck of a lot more comfortable if you do. Ultimately, you want to develop good habits of getting up and moving around throughout the day, whether that's a walk during lunch or at the end of the day. Sitting at a desk is especially taxing because our bodies were made to move, not to sit, and definitely not to peck away at the keyboard. Try out a few of these suggestions for stretching and exercises throughout your day. Do us a favor and try these out for a week, and if you feel no better, then we give you full rights to say, "I told you so." Each of these stretches should be held for 10 to 20 seconds. Seated T-spine flex stretch. Clasp both hands in front of you and turn them so that your palms face out. Push them out and round your upper back to feel a stretch between the shoulder blades. Seated pec stretch. Clasp your hands behind you, or if you can't get them there, just open them up back behind you. Lift your chest up and forward to feel a stretch in the front of your body and ribcage. Seated upper trap stretch. Gently tilt your head to one side to feel a stretch along the side of your neck. If you want to increase the stretch, grasp under your chair with that same side hand and use your opposite hand to gently pull your head over to the side. Remember to be kind to your spine, you only have one. Seated chin tuck. To get rid of those pesky computer headaches, nod your chin back toward your neck like your jaw is a drawer and you're closing it. You should feel a light stretch where your head meets your neck. Seated rotation. Bring out your spine with some seated rotation. Turn to one side, grab the back of the chair, and take a slow, deep breath. Seated figure 4. Pull your ankle up on the opposite knee like you're putting your socks and shoes on. Sit tall and lean your chest forward. Lumbar extension. Standing with your hands on your hips, lean backward, arching your low back. Hold for a few seconds and repeat. Balance. Test your balance on each leg and hold until you lose it. Hip extension. Add a little fun to your balance exercise and extend the leg back behind you or out to the side. Figure 4. Cross one leg over the opposite thigh, making a 4 with your legs. Keep your chest up and sit back into a lovely stretch for your hip and butt. Mountain pose. Do a little breathing with arm movement. Reach tall overhead, breathing in and then out as you bring your arms back down. Desk push-ups. You can use your desk for more than just work. Make yourself into a plank and lower yourself slowly toward the desk, keeping your head up, and then push away. Don't worry about the reps, just do a couple now and a couple later. Squats. You're standing anyway, so why not throw in a few squats? Remember to keep the weight on your heels, sit back into your hips, and keep your chest up. Hip flex stretch. Step back into a lunge stance, straighten your back leg, bend to the front, and push your pelvis forward. You will feel a stretch in the front of your hip on the straight leg. Throw in a wrist stretch or two while you're holding that. Straighten out your arm and pull your fingers first up towards you, then down towards the floor. We hope this helps you get out of your old desk routine and into a healthy new one.